Yeah, for the first time in 2 months, we are back, everyone. Sorry for the impromptu hiatus, but we are back. We are ready to go. We've had some players leave, we've had some players join, but we're here again. So, just to recap again, for anyone foolish enough to watch this, the party entered the city of Swamp Bass, renamed Swamp City, or commonly known as Swamp City, by basically everyone, because I got tired of the name. And I got tired of calling it a town instead of a city. You guys made your way there, and on your way, you noticed that the town appeared. I call it a town again. The city appeared to be in the midst of an attack, or being attacked. That's fine. It doesn't matter if they can't see me. This is for you guys. So, anyway, where was I? Oh, yep, that's right. On your way there, you met the Archwizard of Abjuration Magic, Sheen Bean, and it turns out that he had forgotten his spellbook. So, with your help, he was able to retrieve it. You guys fended off the attackers, but unfortunately, right there at the very end, your paladin, Rofaris Snowmite, App Snowmite. That's right. Rofaris App Snowmite fell, and by fell I mean died. So, Valdera and Wynn took the now deceased body, entered some sort of fairy that Valdera had conjured up from seemingly nowhere, and let it off into an ethereal mist, leaving behind Jasper and Alvis. Alvis, after the traumatic event of seeing Rafaris die, fainted, and when he awoke, Jasper was nowhere to be found again. So, Alvis, what do you do?
Well, I am looking honestly for the rings around us, seeing if there is any of the telepathic rings. And I'm looking for the wizard we came to help, since he went off on his own with his students to find his book.
All right. As you look around, you are able to you find in your bag two rings. One is an extra, and the other is the one that Jebediah wore back when he was still alive. And give me a survival check as you head into town. Try and see if you can navigate these streets, or more dockways. Because for those who don't know, the entire city of Swamp City is actually built upon a lake. Not stealth, survival. Well, I mean, stealth is good too. After all, you are a goblin in the city.
Yes, and I use the telepathic rings to speak to the rope of climbing. And at least I still have you.
Oh yeah, yeah, I'm here. Don't worry, buddy. I'd never leave you hanging.
Uh,
Don't worry. Maybe we'll talk to that wizard guy or whatever. So you could just give me a survival check.
For those that are new, yes, we actually have a sentient rope of climbing.
Yep, they put a ring on it.
Not my character, someone else did.
I can't remember who did.
I think it was Jeff.
It seems like a Jeb thing to do. Yeah. That's alright, though. Elvis, are you gonna give me that survival check real quick?
2.
Who? Okay.
I'm not good at surviving.
You make your way stealthily through the city, but as you do, you fall into the water.
Rope of
You
climbing
make your
came out.
way around a corner, and one of the boards appears to be a little loose. And when you step on it, you find yourself in like the drudgier part of town. Actually, you see a lot of the buildings are torn down. A lot of them seem abandoned. You see roofs with holes in them, and the boards which you walk on constantly creak under your footfalls. Which there seems to be a lot of, considering the clattering around. But as you make your way through the city, you see a less wrecked house, I guess. It's still in disrepair and needs some work, but it seems like there is, in fact, someone inside. You notice in front of the place is a sign. It seems to have been kind of like they they scratched the words "Adventurers Guild" into the wood above the doorway. Like there's not like a plaque or anything. They just like scratched it straight into the wood.
Before I go in, what have I, after the fight, had the chance to get a short rest because I passed out?
I'd say yes, you would have.
All right, thank you. I pull the turtle mask-like hood up over my face, tuck the ears in, hide everything that would show I am a goblin, and go in. Hello? Is there anyone here?
As you enter, Sierra, would you please describe your character?
Okay. See, 10 foot tall, 10 foot 5 furbolg. Face doesn't look that old. She looks a little young, but still, again, extremely tall. Hair goes about to her mid back, tied behind her. You see her ears and mouse-like features look pink and soft against her extremely bulging muscular arms and muscular thighs. Is in like shorts that are just above the knee, and in a tank top that stops right above her belly button. Extremely hard for her to find clothes. Again, 5 foot.
You were about your shoulder is right where her knee is. Basically, this is how tall this woman is. As you walk into the door, you almost bump into this hulking figure, just almost completely overshadowing you.
Even with the built-in goggles, you can see Alvis's eyes are just huge as he's 3 foot tall. He just looks up. I'm so sorry. Please don't hurt me. And each word he gets shorter and shorter until he is pretty much sitting on the ground.
I'm so. Lena doesn't notice him at first because he tries to look for someone that is about average human height, so about like 5 foot. So it takes her a while to notice this little goblin on the ground, disguised goblin, like sitting on the ground, trembling basically. Kneels down in front of him, pats his head a little bit, goes, "No need to fret. Don't harm people. I'm just a forge. Just make weapons."
All right. Well, as
Uh, 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 hi. Uh, and he just reaches into his backpack and pulls out one of the rings. Would you wear this? It makes it easier for me to speak.
Well, if it makes it easier for you, then sure.
And immediately I send into your mind. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry about that. I have a stutter and I can't help it when I speak. It gets worse when I'm scared. And have you seen some adventurers come in here? And I describe all of the ones that was with me.
No, but it seems like they're the people I'm looking for in the first place.
Wait, what? Why?
Well, I plan to join you guys.
Okay. So
did I hear that right? You plan to join an adventuring guild? Well, why don't you set up right here at the Adventurers Guild? And as you look behind the massive figure that is this furbolg, you see what appears to be a man dressed oh so fashionably, just in the most outlandish outfit you can imagine. He appears to be human. He's about chest high on the furbolg. Furbolg is now a measurement in this campaign. We measure height in furbolgs. Yeah. But the uh, the man steps out from behind a rundown counter. The entire place seems to be almost in shambles, like it could fall apart at any moment. This entire place could, but somehow, beyond all logic, it seems to be standing up. And the man gently bows, reaches out, and says, "Barclay Bartleby, at your service."
Alvis Grain.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Alvis. What can I do for you today? Perhaps I could get you a room, or perhaps I could set you up with some quests. Now, of course, we've only got a few here. A bit of cleaning up after the whole incident, a bit of charity work. It's more charity work, if I'm being honest. We haven't had much, well, besides the bandits, haven't had too much trouble around here. Uh, Let's see here. Maybe my assistant can help. Can help you. My partner. Yantaris, over here. We we got a customer. And you see this man dressed in what appears to be fine rags. He has what appears to be a turban wrapped around his head. Off in the opposite corner, you see a bookshelf that is actually very out of place in this house. It is finely kept. All of the books on it are neatly organized, and there's even like a rolling ladder attached to it, upon which this tall, slender man is now getting off of to join you. Uh, hello? My name is Yentaris. How can I help you?
Yantaris?
Yes. That is correct.
But no, Yantaris was out there and they didn't make it.
Yeah, that's Profaris, not Yentaris.
I know. I did that on purpose.
I do not think that we are thinking of the same person. Perhaps it is someone else with this name that you know.
Rafaris?
No, I'm Yentaris. I'm sorry.
Alvis just breaks down into tears.
No.
At that moment, you hear just slamming out you hear the door just slam behind you, and you hear the voice of Valdera, because this is literally the only way we're going to have to do this. You hear the voice of Valdera say, "We've done it! We've saved him!" And Alvis, as you turn around, you see Valdera holding what appears to be some sort of water flask. Inside, it appears to be about the size of a goblin's fist, and the spout, from what you can see, it looks like it has a viper's head attached to it, attached to the spout. The flask itself appears to be glowing a slightly yellowish hue. As Valdera just kind of leans down to you, "Alvis, my boy, we've done it! We've saved him!"
Who?
"We've saved Rofaris! He's here!" She is here! I keep forgetting. Yeah. Now, okay, so listen closely. Um, we ran into a little bit of trouble on the way, but we still got the problem fixed. Ish. Well, sort of. Okay. So we how should I explain this? Well, first I should tell you that uh when when we'll be leaving for a while. She's not dead. Not dead. No, no. She's just how should I explain it? She's got other business. But in exchange, we have a hope. We can bring him back. Her back. We can bring her back.
Well, it's just a unusual name that doesn't link to
Yeah.
gender, so
If your name was like Emma or something, I wouldn't get it mixed up. Now, okay, so we could only bring him back at like certain. We can only, I guess, let her out at certain times. Here, let me just. She pulls out of her pocket what appears to be a doll of sorts, almost like a voodoo doll, and she inserts the fangs of the um of the flask or of the water skin into the doll, and you see as the energy begins to flow from the skin into what, at a closer inspection, first appeared to be a doll, is actually the shrunken body of Rofaris. And you see as the soul enters, the body begins to grow into until she is fully sized, standing there before you. Rofaris, you feel like you've just awakened from a dream. Except with a lot of pain. A very, very painful dream. Oh, well, you died. Kind of, ish. We were able to, oh, okay, let me explain. So, what we did, we being me and Win, we were going to see my sisters. However, we got off track, and we met this person, I guess you could call them. Anyway, they called themselves the Seer and said that she would be able to help in exchange for a favor. Now, that favor is what Win is doing right now, which is why she cannot be with us at this moment. Hopefully, she will be able to return to us. But, on the other hand, she gave us this. Now, this flask is a containment device for souls. It can only hold one soul, which, as you can see, what we're using for Rofaris right now. And we're going to need. I'm sorry, Rofaris, but you're going to have to go back into the bottle, um, every every so often. It really depends on the weather. She said it like cloudy day you can be out for much longer, but on a sunny day you can only be out for like a few minutes at most. But anyway, this yes, if you're out for too long, then your soul will fly away basically, and we won't be able to get it back into the bottle. Um, you definitely feel necrotic energy coming from this flask. Make me an Arcana check. Not too bad. From what you can see, the glyphs on there almost depict a glyph of necromancy, surrounded by smaller glyphs of abjuration, which you know to be like protection magic. So from what you can tell, this water skin appears to be able to capture and hold the life essence of a being and able to transfer it into something else. No, 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 no. This is only a temporary solution. She said, she also told us that if we can get you to a cleric over in over in Bogwart, if we can get to you to a cleric over in Bogwart, they should be able to. She said, like, mend the two together, mend the body and soul back together, so that you will, be alive again. Well, I mean, we could always, put you like back in the bottle and bring you out and back in, but that's a bit of a hassle, and you know, I really don't want to be doing that the entire time. Yes, so I believe that making our way towards Bogwart would be a uh, a splendid idea. Yes, the anklet is off. You don't know where it went.
Is Alvis is still on?
Uh, you see that Alvis is no, Alvis, yours is not on either. Well, actually, no, Alvis, yours is still on because you haven't gone to the wizard to get it off.
I, I need to find the wizard. I knew you'd do it. Thank you.
All right then, let's get going. And as Volterra turns around, found familiar, would you like to introduce your character?
Okay, so kind of stumbling in. Doesn't really know where he's going here. He's a little lost. You see a about 5'10". His helmet makes him a little about 6'2". At first, you think it's a person, but then you notice the mustache on his face is a little too crooked. It's a little too bent. He has no nose. He has no skin. He's a skeleton with an eye patch and a helmet.
And Alvis goes down again.
I heard everything, but I have no idea what's going on, so you are all okay.
Ah, come in, friend. Come in, friend. Why did the goblin pass out?
I'm Salvador, Salvador Cranksmith.
And I
You
am
can call
Barkley,
me Sal.
Barkley Bartleby.
I heard that. I was standing in the door when you said that.
Yes, but our good fellow, I wasn't sure if our good fellow here heard it from his itty bitty living space. And this is my friend Yintaris over here. Yintaris, I believe your name was Brofaris. Brofaris, Yintaris. Hello. He reaches out to shake your hand. You feel a slight tingle, but you're not sure why.
Now, I couldn't help but hear that you are all going to go see a wizard. That sounds absolutely lovely. I am also in need of a wizard.
Uh, one thing, real quick. Uh, you see, we're a newly established business, and so if you would like, I can sign you guys up for a how should we say, almost like a newsletter. Yes, if you put your party name right here on this roster, and he just kind of pulls a clipboard from behind his back and hands it to I guess he hands it to Rofaris. If you will put your party name right there, then we will inform you of whenever we have quests available. Oh, we use simple spells for that. Our good friend Yantaris over here knows a good spell for getting information out. Don't worry. It is simply sending. Although a bit of modification so that those on the roster are the only ones who can hear it. So, what say you? By the way, what is your party name?
Yeah, I just showed up, so I don't even think I know that I'm a part of this.
We technically don't have one right now. We never could agree on one because of issues of we could do this, we could do this, we could do this, and no one deciding.
The group. Yeah, it's certainly original, I suppose. Alrighty then. It is a pleasure working with you, the group, and you all have a good day, I suppose. If you need me, if you need a place to sleep, there are rooms upstairs, and you immediately hear just a giant crashing sound behind him. There are rooms on the first floor, and uh, if you need anything, just give us a yell. Oh, you too, good sir? Madam? You too, madam? Always a pleasure to meet a lady like you. Haha. Yeah. Oh, right around the corner here, you'll see, underneath the staircase. Oh, don't pay attention to that one. But we have, 5 rooms open. Right here. Yes, of course. 5 copper per room. That's really all we could legally, you know, pay you for them, but better than nothing. Hopefully, we'll have some improvements once we get some requests in. Hopefully.
Ah,
And you're going to leave Alvis in the middle of the floor, passed out.
You guys see as Valdera just kind of, I better go get her. She needs to go back into the thing or else she'll disappear. Wait up, Rofaris! She heads into the same room as you and closes the door behind her. Oh, you just need to go back into this or you'll die. Don't worry, it won't hurt. She kind of reaches up towards your neck. What are you doing? Listen, okay, I didn't like making this deal. We lost another party member. But we can bring you back. For real. I know we've been in you've been in chains for a while now, but we can be free of this. I swear. I don't doubt it for a second. Now hold still. As you feel the two fangs just kind of slip into your neck, it doesn't actually feel painful, more just uncomfortable. And you feel your consciousness kind of get pulled into a small container. You're still actually conscious inside of the container, and you are aware of of like everything. You can't actually sense anything because flasks don't have senses, but you are able to maintain consciousness inside of the flask. Suddenly, you hear a voice. Testing, testing. Can you hear me? Good. I just wanted to make sure the telepathy rings would work.
He's not wearing his.
All right. Good to know. I'm just. No, I put it on the flask. You just put the ring on the flask. All right. I'm gonna stop talking to you so you could go to sleep. A moment later, you guys see as Valdera comes back out. She has the flask now glowing again on her body, and she also appears to be placing the miniaturized body into a small pocket on her. Well, should we head out? I believe I saw the wizard's place on his way here.
Ah, yes, the wizard. Let's go. I would very much like to see that wizard.
Alrighty then. I guess follow me.
Question:
She heads out.
did everyone just leave Alvis laying on the floor, passed out?
Valdera comes over and kicks you. Just nudges you with her foot more.
Oh.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean for that to hurt. Now come on. We've got a wizard to
Very
meet.
much looked like you did.
Can Elena just carry him?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I'll just carry him.
Or actually, just go ahead and make a strength check for me. You're probably gonna win it. You're probably gonna be able to anyway, but just make a strength check.
18.
Oh yeah, you're able to make it.
You a feather.
Just like
Yeah,
Jebby.
you can roll and roll 20. That way we can all see, and that way the people on the stream can see too.
Just like Jebby used to.
Hey, you're actually in the game now. All right, you guys make your way through the winding docks of the city, and eventually you come to what appears to be the town square almost. You see people bustling around, going from one place to another. There's a large fountain in the middle, and let's see. You can hear like the creaking of the boards as there are even some carriages going along these larger dockways. And to your left, you see what appears to be a large, very large building. Uh, how should I describe this? It's almost 4 stories tall, but unlike most of the buildings in this city, which are actually just like 1 story buildings built on top of each other, this one appears to be just built as a whole. And you see a large sign in front of it, which just says Fish and Flagons. On the other side of the street, though, you see what appears to be a smaller building. Still large in comparison, but not the size of the other one. That just appears to be called Sheen's Sanctuary. And as you guys enter this kind of square area, you see uh, some people cleaning up after this large battle. You see people picking up rubble. Others are dragging away the bodies of the deceased. And still others are trying to rebuild what was broken. Yeah, that is correct. Not while he's inside of the flask. She is inside of the flask. She's unconscious, so because she's asleep. Hmm. If she so desires, she can how should it she can see through the senses of the person carrying her, which right now would be Voldera. Oh, see and hear. Yeah. You don't get any senses of taste, smell, or touch, though.
As you're carrying Alphys, he's just hanging in there limp, like he's used to it.
Like a limp noodle, like a passed out kid.
Like a passed out kid that had too much fun at a amusement park.
He's very fucking tired. Just
No, he's had a month. He's had a hard month.
Yeah.
had a hard minute or two.
Well, part of Alvis's backstory is he started out human. Now he's a goblin. Yeah, he died fighting goblins as reincarnated with a druid spell and became a goblin.
Ew. That's trauma.
Yeah. Guess what he has a phobia of now?
Goblins or humans?
Goblins.
Oh, no.
So every time he looks at a mirror, he jumps a little bit.
Oh,
Elena, you hear a little bit of a sniffling coming from the almost it looks like a child that you're holding.
I'm holding a child. What do you mean?
Well, Alvis is only 3 foot tall.
Yeah, and
Exactly. He's a
you see as these other people who still most of them don't even reach well, I mean some of them they're about waist high to chest high, but all of them just kind of look at you very strange, like they've never seen one of your kind before.
like probably haven't.
And you keep on getting just kind of these strange glances as you walk by these people.
They're looking at and then I'm holding or they're looking at me. One or the other. I'm getting stared at.
So Valdera just kind of as you begin looking around, you see that Valdera has already reached the door and is waving you guys towards it of Sheen's sanctuary. That's a tongue twister. Why'd I have to make it a tongue twister?
You screwed yourself.
I did. I played myself.
Played nerd.
Alrighty. What do you guys do?
I'll follow behind.
Alright. As you guys enter, you you notice that it's a lot bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. First off, the ceiling seems to go on for what appears to be an eternity. And you find yourself in kind of a circular building with rings of bookshelves being in the first room, just kind of almost like the rings of a tree, just kind of making their way around the room, with a straight hallway leading through the center, and another one running perpendicular to it, crossing through the center of the tree, or not tree, crossing through the center of the building. And you see in front of you, kind of in the center of this room, what appears to be a desk with an half elf girl. She appears to be in her early 20s, sitting behind the counter. She appears to be writing something on the desk, or on a paper on the desk. Of course.
Hello? Uh,
Oh, uh, hi. How can I help you?
I was just waves from hanging there.
You kind of like have to turn around because she's just kind of like holding you over her shoulder. So you have to like kind of
Hold him like a fucking cradle a baby.
like you're cradling him like a baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, at this point, Alvis would pull down the hood since he's in a room that's semi-safe, and you see Goblin for the first time.
Wow.
Wow, I was expecting to be dropped. Thank you.
Welcome.
Um, uh, 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 hello. Um, where's the wizard?
Oh, he would be over in his study. He's a bit busy right now trying to handle all of this mess with the bandits and stuff. But uh, if you have any questions, please just leave them to me. I can answer them.
I need to speak with him in person.
Make a persuasion check. I'm sorry. He's like I said. He's really busy, and he can't really see anyone at the moment. If you'd like, I could take a message and give it to him. Would that suffice?
No, since Alvis really hasn't gotten the one who's carrying his name, would you carry me in there, please, or set me down so I could?
You can carry you in if you really want to. Doesn't matter to me.
It's up to you. So I just need to go in there. And at a point where, if this is the same wizard we were meeting before, I know where the room is.
Yeah, you do.
Elena will set him down gently.
All right. You have now been set down. What do you do?
I just march in there into the study.
All right. As you begin to walk, you, the half elf. Oh, he had something to do. So we're down a party member, but that's fine. We'll continue for a bit. Anyway, the half elf just kind of like waves to you. Excuse me. Where do you think you're going?
I just keep walking. I don't speak to her.
She begins to stand up from the chair that she was sitting at and make her way towards you. I have told you, you cannot disturb him at this moment.
I I am an Order of the Scrolls member, practitioner of new magic, and he he is the only one that can help me.
Make another persuasion check. No, I don't care who you are. He is very busy right now and does not have time for anyone else. She goes to grab at your arm.
All right. Let's see her try to grapple me.
All right. Go ahead and make a strength check.
Elvis is apparently very determined.
Yeah. She tries to grab at your arm, and you easily just slide out of the grip and make your way towards the door. As you burst open, you see the wizard sitting at his desk, his head in his hands as he's just frustratingly looking at the pages on his desk. And as he looks up, he finally something else to do. What is it now? Just what I needed.
You know what you promised. You would set us, well, me, free of this. You know the password for the bracelets.
I'm sorry. Oh, sorry, I didn't recognize you. All of the paperwork and stuff. It's getting on my nerves. Please come in, come in. Have a seat.
All right. I go and sit down.
Chloe, if you could please just give us some tea, if you would. Now, what is it that you would like to know? Sorry, why are you here again?
I hold up my leg and shake the ankle bracelet at him.
Oh, yes, that's right. Sorry, I seem to have forgotten that. It's been a very busy day. Let me see this. And he just kind of grabs your ankle and looks it over, tracing his finger over the runes. Right here. As he touches the symbol, you hear him say the word Aedra, and the runes begin to glow dull bluish as the runes begin to fade from it, and the shackle falls to the ground.
Thank you. I could I could help with your paperwork.
Oh, I suppose I could use a new apprentice.
And I just mage hand one of the sheets down and start going over it.
It appears to be a list of the deceased and their households. Right now, I am making sure that everyone's next of kin knows about the deceased.
All right, I pull out my calligraphy kit and just start writing letters for him.
All right, what are the rest of you guys doing? You are in a bottle. You see as Valdera just kind of looks in. I'm not really one for paperwork. I think I'm going to head back to that adventurers guild or whatever. Maybe get some shut eye. Here. Go ahead and take this flask. If she needs anything, just let her know. Or just tend to her. As she just hands you this glowing flask.
I even start mage handing the letters, so I'm doing it at twice the speed.
All right, make a performance check for me.
Performance or straight calligraphy? Because I have it.
Oh yeah, go ahead and make a calligraphy check if you have it.
If I'm splitting my focus between two writings, 11's not too bad.
Yeah. All right. So it's definitely readable. It's not fine handwriting, but it looks official. It looks like someone who is it looks like an educated man has written these letters. And you spend the better part of the next hour or so writing these letters. During this time, Elena, do you have anything you would like to do?
Mm, probably just there, to be honest. I'd say like look through her bag, make sure she has all her things, and nothing's out of place because have shit out of place. Fucking suck. Destroy one thing, grab another. Dead.
All right, yeah, you look through your bag and you find everything seems to be in place. All your rations and everything are perfectly where they are. Give me just a second. Do. As you're going through your bag, you happen upon the marble figurine, which you keep with you.
Idle. Let her out. Oh.
Rofaris, you hear as Atlanta apparently whispers a word, and you see as this white mist begins to flow out of the statuette. Eventually, the mist begins to take form into what appears to be a large white cat. It comes up right about to. It's actually about the size of or the height of Alvis, right at about 3 feet. And it begins to rub up against Elena's legs.
Let you out if you want. Really want to play? True.
Yeah, from what Valdera said, you can only be let out for a certain amount of time, else you might start to fade away. Yeah. Which, from what you can tell, the day is definitely sunny outside, so you're probably not going to have too much time spent outside today.
I'll leave her in the bottle, and I'll just play with my baby. Wait for Elvis.
You see, is yes, the ring is still on the bottle, or the soul skin, as it's called. It's a water skin. Fair enough.
The bottle.
The ring is still on the bottle, so you can see and hear what Elena is seeing and hearing. And the two of you see as Chloe just comes out. Oh my gosh! Where'd you get it? I didn't even see it before. She begins like, yes. Alright. I can't tell if you made that or not because you made it yourself, so I'm gonna leave that to you.
Oh,
Mm.
cool.
As she kind of just kneels down to pet the cat.
Gentle soul.
Which at first, you see as LSI begins to almost crouch down, very hesitant at the hand at first, but
She's still very timid, so then just reach your hand out. Probably let her sniff it a little, and then maybe she'll let you pet her.
oh, okay, okay. She kind of just reaches her hand out a little bit, and you see as LSI kind of goes up and sniffs at it a bit, then begins to lick her hand, and then just kind of like rubs under it. Not only under her hand, but like under her entire arm as this large cat begins to give out a deep purr. Its snow white tail just kind of standing up straight, wagging, or not really wagging, but gently, as this cat just kind of gently weaves its way in between the two of you. And with that, you guys spend the next hour or so doing this, and finally, you reach the last page. Well, I believe that's it. I appreciate your help. What was your name again?
I just give him a look. Uh, Alv, Alvis Grain.
Um, Thank you, Alvis. Here. He hands you 5 gold. Thank you for helping with that. It's only right if I pay you. Now then, is there anything else I can help you with?
Besides what Prospero asked you to?
That's right. Well, from what I can tell, I believe he said to head north. That's what I remember.
I just nod and look at him.
That your next clue lies somewhere in Frosthaven, I believe it was. Or sorry, no, that's not right. Frostmite. I always get the two mixed up, but one's a small village in Avlor, and the other's a large city in Piken. No, is it Snowmite? Yeah, it's Snowmite. Anyway, that's right. I believe he said that, from what you told me, that Prospero's next clue was in Snowmite. I believe that an old friend of his lived there, from what I can remember. Um, What is your passive perception? 11? Um, at this distance, you can hear a bit of mumbling, and the most that you can make out is the word snowmite. And at that point, I'd say that you were able to make a perception check if you'd like. Yeah, that's the most you hear from that conversation, is just the word snowmite. But, on that note... Oh, wait! That's right! Did you hear the news? You're in the order, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Did you hear that they're moving the center? You know, the school. They're moving it.
Where? Where?
Right over in Bogwart. Apparently, we've been... Well, apparently, the, Shining Helm hasn't been too kindly about us, you know, mainly over in Ironheart. So, with a bit of funding, we have been able to move our main headquarters over to Bogwart. They're building construction right now, I believe. I even heard that the king is going to come and check on her. Well, by king, I mean the leader of Bogwart.
Oh, could you pass that message on to someone for me?
Why, of course.
To Fidelma, the head druid of experimental magic.
Is she in the order?
Yeah. Yes.
I wouldn't be surprised if she's already heard.
That's not it. Tell 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 her to be careful and watch Angela more, please. Some something smells something smells fishy.
Alright, I suppose I could do that. Uh, excuse me, Chloe, could you do me a favor and, give me a sending scroll. And, Elena, you see as Chloe just kind of leans over, gets up from, petting the cat. I'll be right on it. And she goes over to one of the bookshelves and starts sifting through what appear to be a couple of scrolls. Now then. I was going to say something, but I forgot what it was. Oh, that's right. Uh, you guys feeling a bit peckish? Maybe I should take us out for a meal.
Thank you. I also have a personal question.
Yes.
You've noticed and he just stutters when he tries to say notice. It came from when I was died and was resurrected. Do you know of a way of getting rid of the stutter?
Mhm. Getting rid of the stutter. Have you tried lesser restoration? Goodness, now I'm having a stutter. Maybe if it's contagious. Maybe it's a disease. Have you tried lesser restoration?
I did not get a chance to, but it was theorized to be psychological of fear, as it gets worse when he's scared.
Mm. Well, perhaps you then just need a boost in confidence. I know just the thing. We'll get some ale.
Elvis perks up and goes, That sounds good, but dangerous. Ask Rifaris.
Who's Rofaris? Is that your Furbolg friend over there?
He, she, she died and is inside of the flask and sort of alive.
Sort of alive. Hmm, that's interesting. I see this flask.
I lead him out there to it, and I felt Furbolg friend.
And it turns to them and just kind of stares as they walk towards her.
Oh,
Anything I can do?
hello. Yes, can I see that flask there for a sec? Oh, wait a minute, that's not a flask. That's a water skin. You said it was a flask. It doesn't matter.
I
Can
hold
I
up
see that water skin?
I hold up the hand as the ring. Forrest keeps calling it a flask. It's catchy.
I see. Well, no matter what it is, certainly seems intriguing. Might I see it?
Sure. Hesitantly
Fantastic.
hands it over.
He doesn't have a ring, so no.
Alvis holds up the last ring.
What's this for?
You'll you'll be able to hear him.
Ooh, like a telepathy ring.
And I meant to say them, but yes.
Be able, so I'll be able to hear her if I put this on. Alright, let's give it a try. Hello! Can you hear me? Fascinating. You, I was just wondering, do you know how this flask works? Oh, well, do you mind if I take a look at it? At you? I mean, I didn't mean it like that, I just... Sorry, what? I suppose that's true, but it's always nice to ask for consent before you look at a woman. Oh, fantastic. Let me get my tools real quick. And he runs back into his office. He begins to pour over this, eventually, or occasionally, sorry, not eventually, occasionally calling Chloe in to bring him books or of things that he finds. My goodness, some of these runes are ancient, dating back all the way to the war. Who gave you this? I suppose that's true. Hmm. These are very old, but the object itself seems to be new, which is strange. Very strange indeed. Well, I can tell you this, no one in the Order made it, because if they did, they'd be using the new runes, the updated ones. These ones are poorly crafted. Well, not poorly crafted. It's just a bit outdated, you know. It doesn't even let you out for... Oh, what? Let's see here. You only spend about an hour in bright sunlight. About 6 hours if it's cloudy. If it's cloudy out, you might be able to get about 6 hours. Well, I mean, it's better than being trapped in this bottle for eternity. Oh, worse, dead. After all, there have been rumors about the souls not being able to move on with the magic missing. Oh no, this has nothing to do with the object. I was just saying that, you know, without magic they're not able to go to the outer planes, so they've just been hanging around here. But unable to do anything, because there was no magic. So, you know, I mean, now that there is magic, they are able to do stuff. Some of them have gone to the outer planes, however, a lot of them actually have taken up residence down in Greyfield, believe it or not. Eh, get out of there. Probably. Actually, I'd say your better chance would be to head to Bogward. You didn't hear me say this. However, the Order of the Scroll is moving our headquarters there. The Shining Helm got a bit tired of us, and so almost basically kicked us out of the capital over in Ironheart. Yeah, so not the nicest, are they? Yes, well. Well, that certainly seems like your best bet. I believe that a good cleric should be able to help you. And, who knows? Maybe you'll even be able to find one that, what is it? Maybe, yes, maybe you'll even be able to, find a cleric of capes. Some of the best. Make a religion check. Oh, what? You mean you don't know capes? Oh, no, 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 not the article of clothing. I was talking about the person. Lived a long time ago. Right near the wall. During the war, actually. One of the heroes of the war. You know, since the gods left, we kind of turned to them and worship. Not exactly, gods. Almost demigods, I suppose. Certainly strong. So some of the clerics, a lot of the clerics, have turned to them. Capes was the hero of a cleric, so it wouldn't make sense that they would be the most strong in clerical magics. But if not, perhaps you can find another cleric of the heroes. It's a water skin. Yes, I can see that. Or hear it, at least. Anyway, this.
Indeed, it was quite terrible seeing him die, her die, to the point that I kind of passed out. And thank you for wearing the ring. It makes it so much easier to talk. Thank you.
Oh, well, maybe that can help with your stutter.
Okay, now.
Believe it or not, I actually cared greatly for the group, everyone in it. I wasn't too far away from following you, you know. Just know when I see you again, I'm definitely going to give you a huge hug.
Well, I suppose your best bet would be to head to Bogwart. Ah, that reminds me. Um, I should still have some around here. Give me just a second. He gets up from where he's sitting and examining the object and kind of scrounges around in his office for a bit. Let's see here. No, that's not it. Ah, here we go. He pulls out what appears to be a small box. Um, a little larger than the water skin which you are entrapped in. And he sets it down on the table. If everyone could gather around, please. Now,
Alvis happily walks up there.
now, is this everyone here? Is this everyone in your party, or are there more?
Sorry, I was going to speak in with my mouth, but there is one person that I saw recently, and it made me faint again. A skeletal figure?
I didn't
So,
see him walk in. Hmm, I see. Well, um, wait, no, I remember there were two of you. There was that woman that gave you this flask. Then there was that man with the mustache. Very interesting, but he seemed to have left in a hurry with the woman. So, let's see here. He opens up the box. You could give these to them, and he places two small crystals, each with put how should I put this? Each crystal is wrapped up in a bit of thread to make a necklace of sorts. Anyway, if you could give these to them, that would be great. I've also got more here for you as well. You're going to need these if you're going to be traveling around so much. Oh, that's right. I should give one more to you for safekeeping for when he does get his body back, hopefully. She gets her body back, hopefully. Might I say, madam, you have a very masculine voice. It gets confusing. Anyway, these are teleportation crystals. What you do is you take them to the closest teleportation circle in town. We have one right next door, actually. Actually connected to this building. And what you do is you take it there. They each take about a month to charge, so be careful. But you can perform a ritual when you reach one of these circles. And it allows you to travel from one circle to another within a day or so, going through the ethereal plane. Oh, sorry, the astral plane. I don't know why I'm getting those mixed up. You're the simple-minded, I suppose.
Rude.
Listen, okay, he's not the most subtle. Anyway, as I was saying, you can travel most anywhere in the world with these, and no matter the distance, it will take you about a day's travel. It will not matter if the teleportation circles are 2 feet apart or 2,000 miles apart. As long as you have been to that place and performed the ritual at that circle, you can teleport back to there within 1 day. Now, of course, as I've said before, these things take about a month to charge, so use your charges wisely.
Oh, cool.
Yes, they hold about 2 charges each, so you can use them about twice a month.
Anna puts hers on.
Elvis takes his and puts it on, and then puts the other one inside of his bag.
Don't forget the 2 for your friends as well.
Oh, thank you for that. Sorry that you have to listen to me speak through these rings, but
Oh, well, you sound a lot better through them. And I hope you can find something for your stutter as well.
thank you. Just be happy the rope isn't excited.
Excited?
Oh?
Oh, well, yeah, I'm in the bag. Oh, hey, we can be baggy buddies. You know, you can have your side of the bag, I'll have my side of the bag. It'll be really fun. Man, what I wouldn't get for one of those.
That that would be our magic rope of climbing that is sentient, but needs a ring of telepathy to speak to us.
You have a sentient rope of climbing.
I pull it out and show him.
Oh, hey! I can't see you. But hey! I can't see anything really. But hey! Anyway, it's nice to meet you. It's been so long since I've had someone to talk to. Honestly, these guys, they just turn off their rings on me. I don't know what it is. Maybe I just talk too much. Maybe they just don't like listening to me. But honestly, how has your day been? Well, I suppose it's not. Could I take a look at this rope here for just a second?
I hand it over.
You certainly are an fascinating creature. I'm not a creature, I'm a rope. I guess, suppose that's true. Uh, could I maybe have a small chat with you at some point? Maybe after we get something to eat. Oh, well, sure. I don't see why not. Fantastic. Alright then, everyone. Who's ready to get some grub? Oh, that reminds me. I think I might have something to help with that. He, takes the flask and grabs what appears to be a bit of chalk. And, as he grabs it, he begins drawing on the runes, specifically the rune describing necromancy. Uh, yes, you can actually feel him doing this. In fact, it's very strange though, because the moment he stops drawing the first line, you feel him doing this, but not as the flask. You feel him doing this as him. And then he starts to draw another line, and you realize that you can smell now. Then he finishes drawing one final line. You don't notice the change, but you think you know what's happening. There we go. Now you have all 5 senses. Like I said, the rune was outdated, so a bit of updates. No problem. Just don't touch any water within the next 24 hours, or else they'll rub off. Then things might get a bit wonky. Even I don't think any of us would like that. Alrighty then. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's head over to Fish and Flagons. And he begins going out the door. And you see as Chloe's just kind of standing there. Excuse me, sir, I believe that you still have a bit more work. Not now, Chloe! Not now. We're going to get something to eat. Could you just, watch over the, establishment, would you? Yes, as you wish. Now then. Follow me! And he heads out the door.
I'm going to rush over to her and give her a small little gift. I know you're busy and worry about him, but he needs to relax too. And I helped him with a lot of paperwork. Here, and I hand her. I don't remember why I had this, but I'm taking out my character sheet. Apparently, I have a toy bird.
Hmm.
I don't know why, but I hand it to her.
Oh, well, thank you. And I suppose he does deserve a little bit of break. You guys have been working for quite a while. So just make sure he comes back here after you're done.
I nod before rushing out.
Uh, alrighty then. You guys head out and you see that he's walking straight across the street to the only building larger than his.
Wow.
The only single structure larger than his.
Good now. Make sure.
I follow him and I sit down next to him.
Alright. So you guys follow him?
Uh,
I'm gonna look back at her again and go, by the way, I'm Alvis. Sorry you have to hear me stutter when I physically speak.
Fine. I find it cute.
No, I said that to our furbog.
Oh. I thought you said that to Chloe. Never mind.
oh, you're fine. There's no need to. I can't speak. Holy shit.
And yes, that's my problem when I try to speak.
No need to
At
worry.
least we can understand you.
Alright. So you guys head over to Fish and Flagons. And as you guys enter the building, the first thing you notice is that it appears to be a very large tavern. Very busy too, as this place is jam packed with people. But what catches you off guard is the size of the tables, because they're not just round tables. They are round, but these tables are almost twice the size of normal tables in diameter, at least. Still the same height as normal tables, same everything else, but they are just the diameter of them really long, and you notice that the normal size of the table, what normally would be there, is actually hollow and cut out. As you look around the room, you see what appear to be a bunch. Everyone sitting at their table appears to be holding a fishing pole and is casting a line into the hole in the center of the table. Every once in a while, you hear a cheer rise up from across the room as someone catches a fish, and then someone comes over, takes it off the line, and heads into the kitchen with it. As the chattering of the tavern goes on, you see a halfling woman come up to you. And she appears to be holding a clipboard. She just walks up to you. Hi, how can I help you today?
Be few turkey legs or bigger meals, I suppose, and a few pints.
I'm sorry, all we got here is a bit of fish. Can I show you to your table first? Alrighty, right this way.
Anna follows.
Over the ring, so Rafars can hear me. I say, "Are you sure you?" I'm not going to turn it down, but are you sure you want me to drink? Oh, I'm talking to the mage, but you remember the last time Alvis had alcohol? But
He leads you over to a table and sets you down. Alrighty then. If y'all like, I could get you some fishing poles. Now, what kind of grub would you like to start out with? We could get you some worms, we could get you some grubs, we could get you some good old piece of chicken. Fish usually buy for that. Wait a minute, you're new here, aren't you? She kind of looks around at like your confused faces.
Alvis nods.
Alright, well, let me tell you how we work here. Basically, each of you gets a fishing pole, and we give you the bait. Now, depending on what you pay for, you get different kinds of bait. We got worms, we got crickets, we got grubs, we got pieces of chicken. Worms are 1 copper piece, crickets are 5, the grubs are a silver piece, and the chicken's a gold piece.
I hold up a gold piece.
Alrighty, I'll get you that bit of chicken right for you. Now, what do y'all all be having too? Uh, I'll have a bit of chicken, says the Sheen says as he pulls out a gold coin and hands it to the lady. What can I get for a tall missy like you, sir?
Um, oh, no, what would satisfy my stomach?
Oh no, you're misunderstanding. These worms aren't to eat. They're just a bait. We cook whatever you catch. You get that for free.
What kind of fish do you have in there?
Well, it's a lake, sweetie. Don't know what you're gonna get till you caught it.
Mm.
I would like to point out that Alvis only weighs 33 pounds. There's a high probability whatever he catches is going to weigh more than him.
Be very big.
Well, if he's using chicken, it's probably going to be a snapping turtle, which would make Alvis cry,
It's
or a
just a
crocodile.
it's just a piece of chicken. It's not like a whole chicken. Honestly,
I know, but most fish don't go for meat, so what does is going to be on bigger side.
that's true.
Actually, bigger because my grandfather has stories of had stories of them that were big enough for you to walk across, as big as tree trunks.
Yeah, big fish. It was this big. Alrighty. So what'll it be, miss? We got worms, crickets, grub, or chicken. Take your choice.
Seems
Oh, if
good.
you want, you could just go. You could just go bait free. See if you get to anything. Unlikely though.
I will pay for her. She gets a gold coin as well.
Alrighty then. Will that be all for you? I believe I I believe so. That'll be it. She can't hear you because she doesn't have a ring on.
Do you have anything for a ghost?
Uh, I'm I'm sorry. I don't think we do.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no, food.
No, we got food for your soul, but that's what we call music.
Please.
Last time I checked, music ain't exactly food. Well, I suppose I'll go get you your bait and everything. She just kind of heads off. Comes back a moment later with 3 pieces of chicken, probably about the size of a person's thumb. Not the shape of a person's thumb, of course, but just the size. And she puts it on the end of the each of your hooks. Alrighty. Yeah, I'll have fun fishing. Let me know if you catch anything.
Do we leave
He
the
heads off.
bridge?
Yeah, there's a hole in the middle of the table. As you look in the hole, you can see it leads straight down through the bottom of the establishment to water below. The water of the lake below.
We start fishing then?
You guys want to start fishing?
Sure.
Alright. Go ahead and give me. Let's see here. Either survival or performance, your choice.
13.
Alright. So, Alvis, you're sitting there maybe the better half of half an hour, and you feel a small tug at the end of
I'm sorry.
your thing. Well, actually, before that, uh, Sierra, you feel not 5 minutes after you've cast your line into the water, you actually see a fin break the surface of the water,
No.
and suddenly you just see as this large maw just latches on to your bait and starts to
Oh.
dive. I'm gonna need you to make a strength check.
Um, I'm still trying to get used to it.
If you go onto your sheet, then you can actually just click on the word, and it does it for you. Yeah. If you go to your character sheet, you can just click on strength. You can do athletics if you want. Oh, you haven't even updated it. it yet on roll 20.
Yeah, that's like very new to this. So should I just use my normal dice that I have with me?
Oh yeah, sure. Why not? Or what are your bonuses? Or just what's your
Um,
strength score?
13.
What?
13. I just rolled a.
I couldn't hear you. You're breaking up.
Am I? Oh shit.
Furbolgs also have the can lift and push and move double.
Yeah.
I rolled a 12, so.
You rolled a 12? Alright.
Yeah.
And what's your modifier?
Um, it's about like
Well, what's your strength score first?
15.
I still missed that.
I think she said 15.
15? Alright.
Keep cutting out.
You do keep cutting out.
It keeps cutting out. I don't know what's wrong, so.
Yeah. Alright, so with the 15 and you rolled, what'd you say?
12.
12? Alright. That means you would have gotten a 14.
Ooh.
So with that, uh, let's see here. The fish actually starts to pull the the line into the water almost. You feel as your grip is slipping from the rod. Make another I'm gonna say you can use athletics. Do you have proficiency in athletics?
Still doing my paper, so I won't lie. Like a +1 for my athletics.
+1 to your athletics? It should at least be a +2 because if you have a 15 for strength.
Just put it at 1.
I'm gonna say that you have a athletics bonus of 2. I'm gonna say that you don't have proficiency. We'll sort this out some other time, but for now I'm just gonna say that you don't have proficiency, so
I rolled a 14.
+2. Alright. Uh Gathering your strength, you feel a surge of energy rush through you as you begin pulling on it. You see as this large fish, about the size of your lower leg,
Wow.
begin to emerge out of the water.
Bitch.
Make another strength check or another athletics check.
16.
All right, pulling with all your might, you're able to bring this enormous fish almost out of the water. It is still waggling. It's still over the hole. It's gonna try and make a dexterity save. You're gonna have to make another strength check. One more. Would you roll?
Rolled a 2.
All right. You see as the fish somehow manages to wiggle free of the line, and it jumps back into the water. What do you do?
Stand there in awe at how quick everything just happened. Look over to Alvis to see how he's doing.
You actually see Alvis. Yeah, I'm gonna move over to Alvis now. With a 13 performance, after about half an hour, the commotion has died down, and you feel a small tug at your pole, Alvis. Gonna need you to make a strength check.
13.
Alright, you pull, and it pulls, and no, he's not wet. Actually, what happens is that it arises at a stalemate. And the, you do not gain any ground, nor do you lose any. Go ahead and make another roll.
All right, I'm wrapping my sleeves around it, as well as my hands, just to make sure I get a good grip.
Alright.
Strength again.
Yep.
7.
I would give you I was gonna give you a +1 to the to putting your sleeves around it. So once again, you guys are locked in a stalemate, and neither of you move. Make another strength check.
Wait a minute. I forgot my power. I can double my weight and give me advantage, I believe.
Do you want to do it?
Let me make sure I can. Yes, I have advantage.
Alright, roll again. You gotta beat it 16.
Ooh!
Nope. You feel as the pole begins to sink. You see as the tip of the rod almost reaches the water. Make another strength check.
15.
Alright. You begin to pull it out of the water. As you see, you can almost see it down in the murky water, thrashing about, trying to get free. Gonna make another check.
All right, look and see what it is. 13.
You're able to pull it up, and you're able to see it. It's quite a bit smaller than the one that Elena got. Is that how you pronounce it? Elena?
I say Elena.
Elena? Okay. It's a bit smaller. It's actually quite a bit smaller than the one Elena got. However, it is still thrashing about, and it appears to be the same species, too.
What species is it?
You can't tell in the moment. Go ahead and make another strength check, as it is still thrashing about in the water. You guys are not able to get anywhere. It's another time. Make another strength check.
Should I roll concentration to make sure that goes up? Because I have 1 minute of that weight.
I'd say no, because you haven't taken damage, so...
15 again.
Alright. You're able to pull it. Its body is about halfway out of the water, but it is still thrashing about, still trying to get back into the water. Go ahead and make another strength check. Alright, you're able to pull it through the water. It is thrashing about in midair. One more check and you've got this. You were able to throw this over the counter. You see as a couple of the people in the other on the other tables have turned to see the commotion, and they just ah! As you throw this fish to the ground, it flaps around, fish out of water, and you see as the halfling that served you is making its way towards you.
I just shyly wave and point at it. I don't know how. I don't know how.
Oh, would you look at that? Looks like you got a bit of freshwater salmon.
Okay, if I
Not in this world.
so if this is salmon, there is
Listen,
a good
there
chance
is a species of fish called swamp bass that this place was named after, and it has magical scales. Freshwater salmon. I love making people mad.
So I would have clearly fell in if it wasn't for my weight doubled.
Yeah. You would have fallen in the water if you hadn't doubled your weight. Alrighty, we'll get this cooked up right for you. The rest of y'all just go ahead and keep on fishing. Ma'am, would you like another piece of chicken for your unfortunate loss?
Yes, please.
Alrighty. That'll be another. That'll just be 5 silver. We do it at half price if you lost it.
Yeah.
That was a big one too. Alrighty, we'll get you another piece of chicken and we'll cook this right up for you. As she takes the flopping fish, just kind of puts it under her arm, and heads onto the back of the tavern. The commotion dies down. You see as someone over in the other corner has caught something, but quickly loses it within the first few seconds. And she comes back with a bit more bait for you. You see as your good friend Sheen, he's just sitting there, and he hasn't caught anything because he rolled a 9 on his survival check. Make another survival check, Elena.
Sorry, but would I be rolling a 20 again or something else?
Yes, you'd be rolling a 20 for a survival check. 20 plus your wisdom modifier.
Don't bitch.
What is your
Rolled a
wisdom?
1. I rolled a 1. Doesn't matter what my wisdom is. I rolled a fucking 1.
You sit there,
Empty.
and Alvis's fish comes out. He has this really nice, it smells so delicious. And as soon as his fish comes out, you begin to hear some flapping in the water. As it appears that Sheen has caught a fish. So he does some checks. Loses the first one. And his line breaks. As this... You guys could have seen it through the water. It was a fish about the size of someone's hand. And somehow the line broke.
Yeah.
He just kind of sits down. Could I just...
I pushed my fish over to him.
Well, thank you. I do believe I can do something with this. He reaches into his bag and pulls out his spellbook. And he casts Enlarge and Reduce on it, turning this fish into this enormously sized fish. About the size of Alvis now.
Oh,
I'll pay for Sierra to try again.
No,
Oh,
Sierra
so-
still has the bait on her hook. She's just waiting there.
just sitting there,
All right.
like head empty.
Would I be able to use Mage Hand to help her, just to give her advantage?
to give her advantage on the survival check.
I don't want it.
Yeah, she kind of already rolled. It's a bit too late for that, as she's just kind of sitting there. If you'd like, you can have some too. This is a bit too large for just two people.
Alvis just looks at them. No, I eat a lot.
Well, suit yourself. Elena,
Alvis
I
eats
believe
half.
that he takes half of it.
Alvis takes and does eat half.
I'm gonna need you to make quite a few Constitution saves for that.
You forgot the first time we encountered everyone, Alvis ordered a regular meat dish and a vegetarian dish and ate both.
Yeah. But this is the fish the size of you.
I know.
I'm gonna need you to make a Constitution save at disadvantage at 9. Okay. Well, with that, you begin eating. You do manage to get quite a lot of this fish, but eventually you make it about a quarter of the way through, and it gets slower, and you feel like if you eat another bite, this fish is just gonna come right back up. You are stuffed. And looking down, you can see that your belly is about the size of your head.
Well, as
And
a
about as
goblin,
round, too.
He just shrugs.
Well, I believe that time to chow down. And Rofaris, I believe that since Sheen was the last one to have you, as he takes a bite, you were able to feel. Who left? Oh, it was Sierra that
Sierra.
left. Oh. Oh well. She scarfs down her part. And we'll finish with this here. But as she finishes her part and you feel you are able to taste the salmon. It tastes absolutely delicious, despite being enlarged. It almost gives it kind of a an airy feel that makes it melt in your mouth. No, not your mouth, but it feels as if it is melting in your mouth. It tastes absolutely delicious. It definitely does feel strange. Almost like a lucid dream where you're not actually in control. But it is still absolutely delicious. And you see as he, with a wave of his hand, casts prestidigitation, and adds just a little bit of lemon to it, just giving it the most delectable flavor. And with that, you guys clean up. You see as the barmaid who is helping you takes a bucket and just kind of takes what's left of the fish and puts it into the bucket, and then like takes another one and like has to like take a couple of chunks to put it back into the bucket. Into the She basically has 2 bucketfuls of fish. But eventually the spell wears off. You guys feel a little less full, and she now has like 2 buckets that barely have their bottoms filled with fish. And she just dumps one into the other. That was certainly strange. Is there anything else I can get you? A bit to drink, maybe?
Alvich just looks over at the mage.
No, thank you. I believe we're doing quite all right. Alrighty, suit yourself. Yes, you have a good day too, as well, Emma. Oh, it's a pleasure, Sheen. Come back when you can. Of course. She heads off back into the kitchen. Is there anything else you guys would like to do?
I'm good for the night.
Alright. Oh, you have one, it's just for rent.
Would you be able to point us in the right direction to get our friend's body back? Apparently we need a cleric for this.
Well, I believe that your best bet is to, as I've told our friend here, find a cleric of capes. Capes being the person, not the article of clothing.
All right. Rafaris, I'm sorry that this happened to you. I really am. I honestly would have preferred it being me. I know how it feels to die.
Also, I believe that you can find them in Bogwart, from what I am told.
Bogward it is. First destination.
Oh, and don't forget to stop by the teleportation circle on your way. You know, that way you have a quick way to get back here. And that's where we'll leave off today's session, because there's literally just 2 of you now. It is also kind of late, so we'll leave it off there. Thank you, everyone, for listening in. And, yeah. Yes. This is the end. Hopefully, this is the end of the hiatus. Alright. Thank you, everyone. And get ready for next time, because things are looking very